In the depths of the crypto bear market, anything can and will happen.
I've never seen anything like it.
Is the craziest I think I've ever seen.
Academy Award winner Zach Galifianakis says BitBoy Crypto, Ben Armstrong.
The psyop they tried to create in my brain, and you hear the struggle of, I haven't done anything.
Golden Globe nominee Shia LaBeouf as TJ Shed.
We had a great dynamic and a lot of fun over the years. This hurts all of us.
We broke the entire internet.
This has always been my company.
Also starring Benicio del Toro.
Remember me?
As Nicky Diamonds DeMonte.
Dead to me!
Nicolas Cage as DZ.
Dead to me!
And Paul Giamatti as TJ's dad.
Dead to me!
Also some black guy that we've never really heard of.
Give me everything you got! Pounds, 10p, 5p, and even the brown penny!
Dead to me!
Based on the best-selling novel by John Grisham. Cold-blooded crypto.
You know, there's too many lines that have been crossed. You and I we have to go our separate ways.
It's hard to believe that was a year ago. I mean, within about a week, I think it might have happened on the long weekend or whatever. It's hard to believe a whole year has gone by since that craziness occurred. That was crazy, crazy times. And by the way, in case you're wondering, the price of Bitcoin today, 1 year ago, $26,000. 26K 1 year ago. And now the funny thing happened to me when I woke up this morning. I was delusionally bullish. And now I wasn't Bitcoin number go up, delusionally bullish. However, I am, but it was more like, I want to say the word esoterically or existentially. I don't know what either of those words mean, but I feel like they somewhat encompass my bullishness. I feel like we're on the precipice of substantial and meaningful human change. I know it's early. It's early for this type of talk. Tuesday, 8 a.m. But I feel like we are about to witness some monumental change like what we haven't seen since maybe the 60s. You know, we have the death of some legacy institutions, one being the government itself. I feel like it's dying a slow, idiocratic death. You know, and the harder they try to stay relevant, the worse it gets for them somehow. Now, in our bubble, we recognize it. However, outside of the bubble, it's maybe not recognized. But that alone is where the concept, proof of work, Bitcoin, hard assets, that's where this all comes around. I find myself circling back to this concept of proof. Why do I like things? Why do I like certain things? Why do I not like certain things? Well, I usually like things that I sense have a huge proof of work. And now I'm going to go to this different level on that one. And this is where AI comes in. Sometimes when remember the uncanny valley that people talk about? Well, unless we can get past the uncanny valley, we'll never really adopt AI or robots or whatever. Uncanny valley is like what makes you think it's not real. Like there's some aspect of the science of the face or whatever. But I feel like when I see certain AI, whether it's videos or people experimenting or artistic people kind of getting into AI, I have a knee-jerk reaction out of it. I feel like I have a hard time wrapping my motivation and my happiness around it. I don't sense the proof of work. You know, when the concept of tick, 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 enter, boom, there it is. I feel like that's just, it's okay for a quick fix, but I feel long term it can't catch on, and maybe this is me being old. I feel like it can't be appreciated if there's no work involved in it. And thus, this is where my tweet yesterday about Nickelback came in. The reason why Nickelback hit me hard over the weekend was that the proof of work of their career is undeniable. So say what you will about their songwriting craftsmanship, their singing, their look, their rock star prowess, whatever it may be. The undeniable aspect of Nickelback is their proof of work. You know, not only I can get even deeper into their proof of work because there was a time when I was in a band doing that same scene. And now back in the day, we're talking 25 years ago? No, it can't be. Yeah, 25 years ago. Look at this photograph. So when you're in a band, this is where proof of work comes in. In order for you to get anywhere, you literally had to hop into a van and start playing places that don't know you. So you have to get on a stage where no one cares. And in fact, Canada is kind of known for people like coming to shows like this. Oh, you've seen the Jimmy, you know, how many people are like, let's see how good these guys are, right? That's what you had to do in order to get anywhere. And back in those days, you know, a record company or a record deal, that was the biggest thing that anyone could ever get, is a record deal. Now, though, they don't really exist per se as, you know, what they were to us. Back then, a record deal was the biggest thing you could ever attain in the music business. But in order to attain it, you had to basically prove to these record companies that you are a fully functioning business, where you are driving from town to town, like Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney, and say, you know, with a product, and you are convincing people that your product is worth them investing into it. So you are doing the proof of work that you have the staying ability. So before you get any money, you go hella into debt as a band, because no one's paying your gas. No one's bought you the van. You know, nobody even wants you to do it, really. Like, if you ask most of your family, they're like, I don't think this is a good idea, especially in the winter, because you have to drive like minimum 6 hours in minus 35. Like, let's say you're 3 hours in and your van breaks down. Well, you're now in the cold tundra of the prairies, the middle of nowhere, and it's minus 35. Like, you literally could die within minutes. Doesn't stop Canadian rockers. So Nickelback, in order for them to get that record deal, which really wasn't a great record deal when they got it, they were traveling back and forth. And I remember seeing posters of Nickelback. This was before they had a breakout. I can't believe this live stream is now about Bitcoin or Nickelback. Anyway, can't turn back now. I remember seeing them going back and forth and thinking in my head, man, those guys are really giving it. They're like, because there was this place in Winnipeg called the Zoo, right? And it was a dive hotel with a live venue, and it was so gross. I mean, you're really taking your hygienic life into your own hands when you went into this bar. It was one of the seediest bars, but that's the only place where a live venue where bands could play. Touring bands. Now, I'm not talking already established record deal bands. If you don't have a record deal and you're coming through Winnipeg, you go to the Zoo. It was called the Winnipeg Zoo. I played it many, many times, and that's where Nickelback would play. And it's not a fun gig. There's no glory in these things, but bands do it. And before they even got their record deal, this when they got signed and they came out, and they initially had actually there was no pushback. When they came out, they kind of exploded. I can't remember what their first song was, but I remember like the month earlier, they're at the Zoo, nobody there. You know, a month later, their song comes out, and that was the last time they ever played the Zoo. So that band itself had let's see, car meds. Look at this big Bitcoin graph. Every time I see it makes me laugh. How did my bags get so big? What the hell is on Matty's head? Perfect. I wonder how long it took him. Look at this Bitcoin graph. You know, I was actually thinking, can I rhyme something with that? That would be that would make it work. Car meds, the serpent eats its tail. Thank you for that comment. Anyway, long story short, Nickelback, even if after, I guess, 25, 30 years, their undeniable proof of work is what will make them stay forever, whether people hate them or I don't think they do anymore. That's what I think. I think the dog pile, it was a mass formation hypnosis on the hatred. I hate them too. Yeah, I hate them too. When really there was no real reason to hate him except for the dog pile. Anyway, what I think the real tragedy of where we are, if you can even call it a tragedy, is that we collectively, you and I, everyone in the chat here in the community, is that we're so early it hurts. Like, to know the value proposition of Bitcoin and where we stand right now before it catches on with the rest of the world is, on one hand, fascinating and exciting, and on two, incredibly disappointing. Because when people don't know the value proposition of Bitcoin, where it's going, and you have conversations with them and you're just getting brick walled by their apathy. And, I think ignorance is a hard word, but, to a certain degree, their ignorance on everything economic. So you can't blame them for their ignorance on Bitcoin. They don't know anything about anything. Usually they know how to cash a check or pay a bill, and whatever financial advisor you may or may not have spoke with in the past 10 years, they're just educated on the Keynesian economy. So what is that? That's like having two lawnmowers. One works efficiently, which is free market capitalism, and one works horribly, and all the mechanics that everyone refers to as experts know how to fix this one lawnmower that doesn't work properly, never has, and was created to not work properly. Anyway, so you can't really blame them for their ignorance. However, what I'm looking forward to is when the general population finally gets the why. And I think most of us, the reason why we're so early and we gravitated to Bitcoin before 99% of the whole global population, is we had a why. It's something in our life had made us itch a scratch that other people didn't have. For me, it was a store of value. I had an understanding of how money was being debased, and as they started to debase it more, I was like, "Oh, okay, hold on, I gotta do something. I gotta protect whatever toonies that I managed to save in my shoebox. I had to protect that from the Keynesian economics destroying it, and that led me to gold, which then led me to Bitcoin. But for most of these people, they haven't hit their why. And once they hit their why, and then just like the Fibonacci's, they will hit the why at the same time. We are outliers. We hit our why hella early. That's why I'm hella bullish. Just needs a little patience. But just like the Fibonacci's, the reason why 23.6, 38.2, 61.8, 50%, these are all numbers that people change the channel at. All of a sudden, they don't know anything, and then boom, they get it. For us, it happened before the pump and the retracement. Now it's going to happen for everyone, probably at the 61.8% Fibonacci, wherever that is intellectually. I'm not sure what the time is, but we will know that's when retail comes in, and it'll have some sort of correlation between the golden mean, because that's all this universe is a correlation between the golden mean. And when they find the why, it's going to be a reason, some sort of, I don't know if it's going to be painful, but something's going to happen in all of our lives collectively that pushes the general pop into understanding the why. And once they get that why, man, there'll be no pleasure in it except for the concept of number go up. When everyone starts to dogpile in on the concept of Bitcoin and why it is so important, the only pleasure we will, besides I told you so, there's no pleasure in that really, because we know that's going to happen. The only pleasure is some sort of, monetary number go up, pleasure zone that will fade as soon as it happens, because this is what happens with price action anyway. When we hit 100K, you know what people are going to say? What next? What do you got? Well, okay, we're at 100K. Now what, 125? Oh, we've been at 100K for so long. I can't believe it. And this will happen at, so we'll hit all-time highs again. Let's 73K. We're like, oh, God, when are we ever going to get above all-time highs? Then we'll get to 80. Oh, man, we've been ranging in 80, or maybe not. Maybe we just shoot to 100K, and then all of a sudden we're at 100K for a little bit too long, and we'll have this same conversation. Oh, man, 100K, how long are we going to be at 100K for? And then, of course, we'll, shoot up. And this is just what happens with the number go up philosophy. It's never enough. I mean, people wonder, when are people going to sell? And they haven't taken into consideration the complete insanity of the Hodl culture, which I think is an experiment, a social experiment in itself. The Hodl culture, it's literally pry it from my cold, dead hands. And this is what they're up against. And most people will say, well, people are going to sell at a, 200,000, 500,000, one of these big round numbers. And there might be some get your money off the table, because there's a lot of people in here that would, just like to take the money off the table. They've put in so much of their time and energy into Bitcoin, whether it was DCAing $100 a month for the past 8 years or 4 years or what have you, that, let's say, your cost basis is 40,000. Well, when Bitcoin gets to a certain level, people will be like, oh, maybe I'll take the 40,000 I put in for the past 6 years off the table. And that's fine. That will really be the only, but the whole concept of selling your Bitcoin, no, the only people that are going to be selling their Bitcoin have hundreds, hundreds of Bitcoin to sell. Most people don't have one Bitcoin to sell, let alone hundreds. So the only real selling of Bitcoins will be them. And at that point, I feel conviction gets harder as price goes up. It might not make sense because, well, it does, because as price goes down, conviction gets less hard. It's like, well, maybe I'll sell now. It's getting weaker. I mean, when really you should be buying. But as the price goes up, conviction gets higher because everyone's jumping in. Oh my God, Bitcoin's 150K. I got to get in too. I better get some Bitcoin. I better start DCing. So there'll be a point in the next general population retail of the next bull run where they will be sitting at a level like 125K forever, complaining about the price, right? Think about when we're complaining about 59.2. Is that where we're at? Yeah, 59.2. 1 year ago, we were complaining about 26K. It was right around here where I think I did a buy actually last September, right before she took off. I was lucky. Was it lucky? Or are we just paying attention? These lulls, the more you hear complaining and the more you hear sentiment waning, that's usually the best indicator of price about to move. And I don't know about you, but being a internet empath, I've sensed that people are so fatigued from this channel that they're actually considering just getting out. It's just crazy. I don't know anyone did like that, but I can feel it. People are like, I can't handle it anymore. It's just too boring. Blah blah blah. Right. But that's why I saw, what did I see? A quote. Some people don't deserve Bitcoin. And I kind of agree with that to a certain degree. Some people don't deserve Bitcoin. However, people buy Bitcoin at the price they deserve. Bitcoin's an IQ test. All these things all come into play. And if you can't hold on through these, if you can't hold on at 59K, but considering a year ago we're at 26K, because it's been channeling for 6 months, maybe you don't deserve Bitcoin. I don't know. I'm not one to judge. However, I identify as a judge. 118 collective viewers today on a Tuesday morning, 47. Oh, I know why there's no likes. I didn't put Duke. The things I got to do to get likes here on this channel. I got to shoot a video of Duke waving multiple times because he did it wrong. Then I got to point it. Then I got to take it in to a green screen. Then I got to make it on a loop in order to get likes. Hey, you gots to do what you gots to do. We haven't even looked at a chart. Why? Because nothing's happened. We're at that same level we were last week. I think the last actual video production, where I actually play the piano and things move around, was over a week ago. I think it was last Tuesday. Yeah, right around here. And look, yeah, we had to dip down to our support. How bizarre. These support and resistance, they're so predictable. Boom, hit it, bounce off. Now, where I would like to see price action go today is obviously, let's see what this price is, this resistance, 61.5. 61.5 is, make no mistake, it's not bullish for me. It's just where we got to be in order to get out of these doldrums. And at 61.5, we are still at the mercy of the bears because that's where the wall comes in. You can see, let's maybe move to the ding dong here. Ding dong says 360. Meanwhile, Binance says 50. Get your shit together, Binance. Where is this one? This resistance on the ding dong is 61.1. So 61.5. That's still not enough. We got to get over the 200 moving average. Because this is hella bearish buy country. When you're under the 200 on the ding dong, that is a buy opportunity before she pounces. And now until where is over the 200? 60, let's call it 64K is a candle close over the 200. Now, until then, we are at the pull of these walls, these sell walls that come in out of nowhere and just crash. You almost know. It's like sometimes when I look at the price, like, oh, look, we're pumping up. We're going to probably hit a sell wall pretty soon and go crashing down. Until we break that, that's, that right there is also too, breaking that is the, where you get the short squeeze potential coming in because there's just hella sell volume up there for it to get through it. But that's where pianomattyb is bullish. Although, like I said before, I'm esoterically and I'm existentially bullish.
Make sure you like and subscribe and share this video with someone you think might like it too. All right, make sure you like and subscribe and share this video with someone you think might like it Yo, Jim, where you at? Yo, Jeb, I said, where you at?
I took a minute now, I'm at the better end of all of it. The day I wanna quit will be a bit I wanna swallow, cause I'm in it when I said I wasn't really into audibles. I guess you gotta call them when you're ugly with the bottom, and it's stacking up against you with the pity, but they gotta give a nod to me. I'm running with the best, and they kinda make a profit off of everything you told me was impossible. So why would you continue with the narrative and not admit I'm something incredible? Look of a general, hit him with the end of a shovel. They wanna forget it, I put them on the ground and I get up and open up the pit of my stomach to remind I am insane. I am insane. I am insane. I am insane. Took a minute now, I'm at the better end of all of it. The day I wanna quit will be a bit I wanna swallow, cause I'm in it when I said I wasn't really into audibles. I guess you gotta call them when you're ugly with the bottom, and it's stacking up against you with the pity, but they gotta give a nod to me. I'm running with the best, and they kinda make a profit off of everything you told me was impossible. So why would you continue with the narrative and not admit I'm something incredible? Look of a general, hit him with the end of a shovel. They wanna forget it, I put them on the ground and I get up and open up the pit of my stomach to remind I am insane. I am insane. I am insane. I am insane.
Ben, I was wondering if you had, any thoughts on green dots.
You know what we do here? We win all the time. Fired up. Fired up. Somebody said relying on green dots. Come on, man. If you don't think these green dots work, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. You are an absolute idiot. Fired up. You are a loser. You continue to lose. Yeah, let's check that out, guys. Let's check that out. Fired up. That's kind of the definition of what happens to people in life who we call losers. They always feel like the one time that they try the thing, it doesn't work. The one time they try it, the one time they try it, the one time they try it doesn't work. You lost money on one trade. You look so small at the micro moments in life. And you take experience from that and you cast it across an entire range of time or experience. That's why you're losers. That's why you're losers. That's why you're losers. That's the kind of person who will never be successful in life, will never be successful in anything. Because you're too narrow-minded and short-sighted and idiotic to see what's right in front of you. Because you're too narrow-minded and short-sighted and idiotic to see what's right in front of you. Yeah, they don't work. Let's go back. Let's look at the chart here. Get out of here, Gizmo. Yeah, I hate Gizmo. I love Gizmo. He's so dang cute. I want a Mogwai. Let's go look. Let's see if they play out. Let's look at these patterns and let's see if they played out. This December of 2019, aka the entire bull run. I know y'all like when I do that. Bull run. Boom. Bull run. Boom. I can't even call you what I want to call you because it's not politically correct. Do you know what we do here? We win all the time. Do you know what we do here? We win all the time. 184% gain. Oh, just a 64% gain over 2.5 months. Idiot. 2.5 months. Boom. 548% gain. Why don't we go to the next one? Why don't we go check out the next one? Let's go. Let's go. Here it is, right here on the chart. You guys see it. Next one. Yeah, come on, man. Come on, rely on the green dots, you idiot. Let's check out the next one. Here we go. Boom. Next one. Only 128% gain. Only 120% gain. This is why you're a loser. This is why you continue to lose. This is why you don't make money in crypto. This is why you come in for 3 months and then you disappear like the vermin that you are and you don't come back in. And you don't come back in. And you don't come back in. Because you're so idiotic that you can't look at a chart over a 2.5 year period of time and see how much it works. I get so tired of people coming to this chat and say stupid crap like that. Your parents are disappointed in you, sir. Because you haven't done anything with your life. Boom. That's all I got.
Oh, inflation, it doesn't exist. Inflation, it's just a myth. But if it does exist, well, for sure we don't have anything to do with it. Oh, the best we can do is a sex tape. By now you know all the money is gone. But there's no need to fear. Even Kevin O'Leary said he'd give us his money again if he could. The best we can do is a sex tape, and we're safe until Biden is gone. We We donated some cash that we stole from your ass, and now he loves us like Hunter loves hookers and crack. I said the best we can do is a sex tape, 'cause it's not like we're gonna confess. We hope you're okay with us banging away on a beanbag chair under our desk. Happy Thanksgiving!